Shalom. I'd like to say all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, peace and blessing to the elect. And this is going to be regards to what's going on. A lot of things is, it's happening across the world. And it's all prophecy. Everything what's going on, in the world, is according to prophecy. So 2 Esdras 15:1, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. So this is the prophet Esdras, right, which he was around during the time of the Babylonian captivity, right? And the word prophesy, which means to say before. So, all these things that's written in the scriptures by the prophets, says that there's no new thing under the sun. And basically, if you're a prophet in your past life, you're going to be a prophet now, right? And we're the ones that's prophesying of things that's going to come before it happens, right? And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the marination against thee. Let not the crudelty of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So these other, like these 2/3 that don't have no belief, they don't have fear of the Most High, they don't care. YOLO, do as thou wilt. You only live once, right? The Most High is not going to be dealing with them. That's why, our people is going to end up catching hell because they disobeyed the Lord, and the Most High, right? And you weren't hearkening unto the prophets. So, when things happen to you, you're gonna ask, why is this happening to me, But it's all, because you disobeyed the Lord. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I'll bring plagues upon the world. The sword, right? So the sword is, your guns, right? Because Esau stockpiles on weapons. They stockpile on weapons, man. Right? A famine, right? So you won't be able to have food. You won't be able to go to the grocery store, right? Because the food that we get from the grocery store, there's only like 3 days worth of supply of food, right? And then basically you won't be able to have access. So a lot of so these people are going to be starved out, right? And they're going to be looting. They're going to be breaking into each other's home. Death and destruction, right? See what's happening in Jamaica, Cuba, Haiti, right? Yeah, with this Hurricane Melissa, the north coast of Jamaica is affected, right? And a lot of things is happening, right? Because they never hearken unto the prophets. So that's why this destruction is coming at your doorstep. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, right? And the word profane, which means outside the temple, right? There are people that's doing a lot of witchcraft, like money rituals. They're doing like human sacrifice. They're doing all kinds of things, right? And the Lord's gonna punish them, man. The Lord's punishing them. But but like mainly, this is in regard to Esau, right? Because this is Esau. Esau, he's nothing. He's a high level witch and warlock, right? These bankers, and these elite of Esau, man, right? They have committed genocide on the tribes, right? In America, Canada, anywhere the tribes were, Esau came and it killed the whole tribes, genocide, millions of our people, man. Neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Right? And basically, we're the one that's our soul is complaining continually, because we're the only one that's crying out, because this place is a sick, demonic place, right? We're in the valley of the shadow of death. That's Psalms 23. We're in the valley of the shadow of death, but that we're not gonna fear no evil. Therefore, said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them to now dwell in the land of Egypt, or we're in the land of Egypt, known as America, right? Washington D.C. monument, right? These masons, these high level masons, they're into the whole Egyptology, right? They're into all that shit. So we're in Egypt all over again, man. Behold, I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with the plagues as before. I will destroy all the land thereof. And that's going to happen. This place is going to be plagued with nuclear fire, nuclear destruction, right? And it's going to be on fire for a long time, right? From the west coast going to the east coast, going to the south. It's going to be on fire. And like certain parts of Canada is going to be hit too, because because Canada is very close to America. So places like Toronto, other provinces, like certain cities, is going to be destroyed. But not all of Canada will be destroyed, because Canada is a very big landmass, right? So but America is totally going to be on fire. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. And this is what the Lord is going to do. He's going to bring punishments, man. Right? And that's why there's so much destruction happening around the world. Right? Because the Lord is bringing punishment, man, to the world. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with fearful consolation. So you won't be able to farm. Your crops are going to fail. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For their sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So civil war. They show you that in that movie, Civil War. Very good movie. Right? The Purge too. The Purge series, the Purge movie. Right? Where there was nothing but sedition and gangs. That's going against other people. Right? So it's gonna be bloodbath, on the streets, of America. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another, and they shall not regard their king nor princes. And basically the kings and the princes, people who are like mayors, people are in high position, in the federal government, in the municipality governments. And the course of the ashes shall stand their power. So so they're gonna go to your house, and they're going to do what they want to do to you, man. It's gonna be like that movie that one of the brothers put me on years ago, called The Children of Men, which was based in England. Very good movie, right? And you had to be like a pilgrim, right? Also the Book of Eli, very good. That I was watching that one of the at the brothers house over Montreal. We're watching the Book of Eli, man, and yeah, it's gonna be real, right? It's gonna get real, man. Right. And the only thing that's gonna sustain you in that time is wisdom and knowledge. Isaiah, I get it. Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is your church. This is what we're gonna this is what we're gonna rely on. The word is gonna be in us, right? Because you might not be able to have access to your Bible, right? Or you probably won't be able to have access to your phone. You're gonna have to be off the radar, right? So everything that we have learned, in this truth, I started in 2009. We started on that. We came on the highways and byways. We put our hand to the plow, right? And we're still plowing. We're still laboring, right? So everything that we have learned, right? The Lord is going to sustain us. He's going to sustain us if we obey. If we obey Him, if we obey the Heavenly Father. So Job 5:22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For so so we're not gonna be like we're not gonna be crying, like the 2/3, right? We're gonna be laughing because there's gonna be, we're gonna be sane. But these 2/3, they're not gonna be sane, and they're gonna be weeping and howling, man, weeping and mourning. For thou shalt be in league with the stones in the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. So we might have to be nomads, pilgrims, set up tent. We're gonna have to be like, that we're gonna be like that in that time. We don't know, but the Lord is going to make a way for us to survive, because we won't be able to be a part of this man's society, because they plan on having these smart cities in America, all over the world. They have it set up. That's why this whole like what's going on around the world, where Esau's planning on having these smart cities and having these 15-minute cities, and you will be able, like you won't be able to have access to a lot of things unless you submit to this man's image known as the MOTB, and you have a universal basic income, and you will have a RFID CHIP in your right arm or in your forehead, your Neuralink, right? And these people are gonna bow down and get it. These people are willing, and they're gonna bow down to it, right? But the elect, right? So the Lord, He knows who the elect are, the Lord knows who the elect is from the beginning, right? So we wanna be faithful and be called worthy, because it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be so bad, But this is pretty much it. I wasn't able to upload videos on this channel, GMS Yashar Allah Banyamin. So hopefully, cause I had a strike for a week, so hopefully I'm able to upload this video. I want to see how it is, because it's been about 7 or 8 days. So Lord's will, I could go back and upload, and I could stream. I could do my live streams as well. So Lord's will, would like to see our praise due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honor to Pastor of Great Millstone, peace and blessing to the elect. Shalom.